Isleworth Public Hall is a Victorian structure featuring many of its original features which date back to 1863. It is situated in Old Isleworth, which retains most of its historic settings just a short walk away from the river. The building was created using public funds some 15 years before telephones were even in use. Originally erected as a reading room plus vestry for the local community, it was later extended in 1887 and now harnesses a Grade 2 listing which was achieved in the spring of 1998. The oldest portion was restored in the spring of 2004, with a focus on the roof, window frames and stonework, with an aim to bring back the former glory in various sections of the building. The stained glass window tells the story of Old Isleworth in the millennium year of 2000. For greater perspective, Isleworth Public Hall was constructed 6 years prior to the periodic table being invented, and 2 years after Abraham Lincoln became president in the US. The building went on to survive the turmoils of both World War I and World War II. Russian books would be collected here, and just after the war, there was a civic restaurant in operation. The building itself is 2 stories in height, sporting yellow stock bricks laid out in the English Bond formation, with coated Welsh slate roof tiles. It is horizontally striped with red bricks that also form diamond shapes in its design, and you can see how later surrounding buildings absorbed inspiration from its presence. The more traditional entrance on the left has a set of 4 stone steps, whilst the newer one on the right leads up through a ramped path. The lower entrance hall presents a striking array of colourful tessellated floor tiles, complemented by a marble Boer War memorial inscribed with names. The wide, cantilevered stone stairway boasts decorative cast iron balusters and a moulded wooden handrail leading all the way up to the top. The vestry room showcases a wagon-vaulted roof with exposed rafters. When this site in South Street was purchased, any existing cottages were demolished, and the new premises opened in 1863, fostering a library of 1,400 volumes. Added in 1873, there used to be a swimming pool behind Isleworth Public Hall, and some locals would go there for a hot bath. It remained open for 7 years and closed in 1880 due to a lack of support. In 1903, however, work was carried out to restore the baths. In the 1930s, the council held a trade exhibition to encourage people to consume more electricity from its nearby power station. This was at a time where cookers, electric irons and vacuum cleaners were not even in common use. There was also a Saturday cinema in the hall, where for 2 pennies you could see stars like Charlie Chaplin, Pearl White, and the evil criminal genius Dr. Fu Manchu. There have been an array of things happening since the hall was built, including dancing, flower and veg shows, bingo back when smoking was allowed, as well as Brook Bond tea parties where people would swap tea cards, similar to cigarette cards, but you'd get them in the packaging of the tea. There were also annual garden shows, discos, including a Met Police disco, and even a bird club. The building was described as a private library between the years of 1863 and 1904, and then a public library between 1904 to 1936. It is now classed as a public hall in the modern day. The site is used for various things such as Zumba, Tai Chi, religious activities, art classes, and even we run some of our services there. The structure itself would have started with just the front part of the building, which is marked in red, and later be extended backward towards what we know as the Blue School. The blue section is the biggest portion of the architecture, which added various rooms below and the big theatre hall above. Moving on to the yellow section, it seems to be the most mysterious of all, as you can clearly see from the inside, where they added onto the second section of the building. You can see the brick window arches and the windows themselves just sitting there from the extension which took place around 1998. It seems once upon a time this wall would have all been exposed brickwork and we would in fact be standing outside. Victorian architecture is often known for its Gothic, medieval-like exteriors and extravagant high-ceilinged interiors. Just look at this radiator, for example, with its embossed embellishments. Signs of a time where there wasn't much fear when it came to adding elegance, even if it was only in subtle ways. Usually paired with high attention to detail, ornamentation and vast hallways, Victorian buildings can make you feel disorientated as well as awestruck at the same time. Isleworth Public Hall has seen a vast amount of history as the eras have passed, and is currently managed by London Borough of Hounslow alongside the Friends of Isleworth Public Hall, which was created with an aim to preserve and protect the site. Structures such as these, and also community centres on the whole, are extremely important as they provide people the chance to learn, socialise with each other, and participate in worthwhile services across the country.